The all-new 4th generation Honda City, as Honda likes to call it, has gotten bigger. And that is not just bigger in a very simple way. There is genuinely so much more legroom compared to the previous car that is the first thing I would like to talk about. Now, I'm sitting comfortably stretched out, and if I were to leave this seat and go behind and sit there, even my 40-foot length is really comfortable. And not just comfortable, I can stretch out and even sleep in the back. It also helps that there are 2 power sockets at the rear. Honda has also provided one at the front, and there's a USB port as well. So that means that all 4 people in your all-new 4th generation Honda City can charge their phones at the same time. They've made a capacitive touchscreen for the climate control system. And that seems very counterintuitive. It seems like a very bad idea in the beginning. But once you start using the system, you realize that it's quite brilliant. There are small things like you can go from the highest temperature to the lowest temperature with a single swipe, which is something you can't do with a normal car today. Another thing is the backlighting in the instrument cluster. Normally when you drive around, there are a very nice blue rings around these meters, but now I'm doing about 60 kilometers an hour. It's fuel efficient. So at the top of my speedometer, the blue lights have turned green to show me that I'm consuming very little fuel and I'm driving efficiently. So these are the touches which are thoughtful, and you really appreciate it only after living with a car like this. The steering wheel feels a little bigger in your hands, which is a nice thing. Although the old one felt a little bit sportier. But this also has a thick rim, which has very nice leather wrap on it, so it feels very good to hold. Besides that, it's got a lot more features. Now on the left side, I have the buttons for my audio system. At the bottom on the left, I have the buttons which control my call feature. On the right side, I have my cruise control buttons. Now this is a feature which is not really seen in this segment very much, but it was there on the previous Honda City. It's there on this one as well. On the center console, you see the new audio system. It's got iPod connectivity, it's got an aux port, it's got Bluetooth connectivity, but no sat-nav on this one. The new Honda City has got even more futuristic looks than the current Honda City, and that is thanks to a few elements. One is this front grille with its large chrome strip. It feels more premium, yes, but it also has shades of the FCX, which is Honda's hydrogen car. The other big change in the front are the much bigger headlamps that are now double barrel headlamps, and also are reminiscent of the Civic that is currently sold abroad. From the side also there are quite a few changes. One, the most prominent one, is the wheel design. It's a nice fresh design. You don't see too many of these designs in the Indian market at the moment. The second big thing is this major crease running down the side of the car. It's a very prominent one because the City is now a lot longer. It's a lot taller than the old one to liberate more headroom. And therefore Honda has had to break the monotony of a big door panel with this. It makes the car look nice, yes. The paint shade you see on this particular car is also a new paint shade. It reminds me of the purple that was almost black on the outgoing City. This one is brown and it's almost black. It looks really nice when the car is out in the sun. The rear is the best angle to view the City from. It has got a lot of mass and yet it looks broad. And that is mainly thanks to the new design of the tail lamps. If you look carefully, you'll notice that the tail lamps are in 2 parts. It's on the fender as well and on the boot lid. This is new for this class of car. And what also adds to the premium feel is this large chrome strip. From the rear 3/4 angle, the Honda City really does look like it's got its nose down and a tail up in the air, and that makes it look really very sporty. Bang on from the rear though, it looks a little bit too bulky for my liking, but I'm sure that most people will like it. The new Honda City is available with 2 engines, one petrol, one diesel. Now the petrol we're all familiar with, it's the 1.5 litre petrol, the same as in the current City. And it has been reworked for better efficiency, better economy, better throttle response, and the power figure has hardly changed. It's now 119 horsepower and 145 Newton meters of torque. So if you drive the petrol manual, yes, it still is a joy to drive. The engine revs really quickly. It's got even better throttle response than before. It revs cleanly to the red line. There are no vibes. It sounds beautiful. But that's not the engine you want to hear about, is it? The diesel is 100 horsepower, 200 Newton meter, 1.5 litre engine. Now this is the same engine as on the Amaze, but it does a fair job of moving the City along at a decent pace as well. Unlike the Amaze, however, it does not have an electronic limiter for top speed, so you can take the diesel City all the way to 190 kilometers an hour. according to Honda. But this is India and we want our cars to be good both in the city and on the highway. Now the Honda City does a very good job of balancing the two acts. For example, the gear shift is really light but positive. Even this car, the diesel we are driving, the clutch action is light and positive again. The steering though, it's the electric power steering of course, but it feels a little bit vague. It feels a little too light for highway speeds. In the city it's fantastic. New City, despite the longer wheelbase, despite the increased ride height, is a good car to drive on any road. Bad roads, good roads, ones with giant speed breakers. You're not going to have that problem of it touching its bottom anymore. Now other cars have got this kind of space in the segment. The Nissan Sunny and the Renault Scala, they have the same amounts of space. Other cars have got the same number of features. Talking about the Hyundai Verna here. But getting the features, the quality, a car that's nice to drive, all of it in one single package, that is something that the Honda City does really well and better than most of the other cars in the segment. With the added rear legroom, with the added features, with the diesel engine, I think that Honda is poised to get back to the top of the sales charts with this one, provided they get the price right.